It's the first of the month. Well, hey guys, today is October 1st. You know what that means. It's time for the Fast Five. 5 skincare products I've been testing out this past month. Little short, quick mini reviews. Buckle up. I've been doing this in replacement of my previous skincare monthly favorites because I try things out and not everything ends up necessarily being a holy grail favorite. And then it's kind of like, do I include this? But I want to talk about it. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole video on it. So I think this is better. 2 months ago at this point, I reviewed La Roche-Posay Melasil, the serum and their sunscreen with Melasil. But I didn't get a chance to try out their cleanser until this past month. I finally got my hands on the Mela B3 Gel Cleanser. They sent this to me, and I'm glad they did because I wanted to try it out anyway. It has niacinamide, which is good for dark spots and redness. Melasil is La Roche-Posay's, kind of patented signature ingredient, or L'Oreal, I should say, in these products. And it's thought to work by disrupting some of the precursors for melanin pigment synthesis. It's a cosmetic ingredient, so we don't have big clinical trials on it like we do with, hydroquinone or oral tranexamic acid for hyperpigmentation. But it does show promise for hyperpigmentation. At any rate, we know that niacinamide can be helpful. Yes, these ingredients can still be beneficial in a cleanser that you lather up and then rinse off the skin. Through a process known as coacervation, active ingredients in cleansers can be deposited behind on the skin surface and do what they need to do. Now, the other thing about this, it kind of bills itself as micro peeling. It also has gluconolactone, a polyhydroxy acid that's hydrating and very gently exfoliates. This cleanser is a good option for people with dark spots, hyperpigmentation that they're looking to improve the appearance of, and also just for smoothing out the skin surface. It's good for washing the face to remove dirt, oil, and sebum. It's a mild foaming cleanser of a gel-like consistency. It does have fragrance, however, like the other products in this line. The fragrance is not headache-inducing, super strong. It doesn't hit you in the face and the mouth. You know what I mean? Like a really strongly scented cleanser as you're washing your face. Sometimes it seems like you're getting it in your mouth. That fragrance is somehow populating your mouth. You don't get that with this. It's a pretty light scent and actually a very pleasant scent. This isn't bad, but I don't think I would necessarily repurchase it. I think if you want to use a Melasil, I suggest using Melasil, the sunscreen, because you're going to need sunscreen anyway, and the sunscreen's pretty good as a daily facial moisturizer, or if you already have a sunscreen that you like, use the serum. I don't know that you necessarily need to use the cleanser as well. Speaking of cleansers, I recently finished up the Beauty of Joseon cleansing balm that I love so much, and who remembers last Christmas, I went through the Korean Beauty Advent calendars. In one of those calendars, which were gifted to me, I got the Pyongyang Deep Clear Cleansing Balm. I've been using this, and I rather like it. It has a bunch of different forms of hyaluronic acid in it, which can be hydrating. It also has licorice root extract, which is anti-inflammatory, soothing, good for redness, maybe good for dark spots as well. And it has sunflower seed oil and emollient. It does have fragrance. The fragrance is kind of pleasant, actually. It reminds me of something that might be atomized in a very high-end, like department store or office. It's a really pleasant, sophisticated scent, not headache-inducing, overpowering, cheap, anything of that sort. It's actually a very nice, sophisticated scent, which I must say, when it comes to Korean skincare, if it does have fragrance, I do find that a lot of the fragrance profiles are very nice. Like a lot of the Korean shampoos really have a nice scent. Very dainty, sophisticated. You can see how quickly it melts into the skin. And I think, see what I'm doing here? Just sweeping it across my eyelashes to dissolve that mascara. When I get in the shower, as soon as my face hits the water, the emulsifier in this is going to take all of that off. And yes, I do follow with a gentle cleanser, but if I came in with like a micellar water, a makeup remover wipe, or an eye makeup remover to get this off, it requires some effort, some rubbing of the lashes. And I think those types of products for me, I think compromise lash strength. In my eyebrows, it helps with the brow glue, the NYX brow glue I'm currently using. It helps dissolve that. So I've been trying out products from the brand Minimalist, and you'll recall I recently finished up their tranexamic acid serum. I really liked it. It was very helpful, I think, for people dealing with redness and just looking to improve skin texture. It also was very hydrating and moisturizing. So I purchased one of their moisturizers. This is Cepacom 3% moisturizer. Cepacom is kind of a trademark name they have given to basically amino acids and some minerals. Now, amino acids are part of skin's natural moisturizing factors, so they can be beneficial in hydrating the skin. This also has oat extract, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of oats in moisturizing products, skincare in general. They have compounds in them that are soothing, anti-inflammatory. Oats are very hydrating, moisturizing, and they can protect the skin barrier depending on the overall formulation. Now, this also has squalane, an emollient, which I have come to rather enjoy. It has more of a lightweight feel on the skin, but smooths out the skin surface. This has one of my favorite ingredients that I think is just underrated, polyglutamic acid. It's a very hydrating ingredient, but it almost has this like cloaking effect on the skin to improve skin elasticity. And this has shea butter, which is a great moisturizing ingredient, free of fragrance. I like this. It's pretty good. It gets the job done. I took it with me on my recent trip to the Los Angeles area. So it was great for travel. It's not the best moisturizer I've ever used, however, like I would gladly use it, but I don't know that I would repurchase it. It's not like amazing. It doesn't blow my mind. It's not like, wow, this is really dramatically making a difference in the appearance of my skin, but it is good. It's just kind of, you know, middle of the road, nothing extreme about it. Not bad, not amazing, but right there where you need it to be, does what it's supposed to do. End of story. It's pretty affordable too. Like this brand in general, their products are pretty reasonably priced. If you didn't know, I partner with Cetaphil on sponsored content, mostly over on like Instagram and TikTok, occasionally here on YouTube, but mostly there. And several months ago, I partnered with them to talk about their newer gentle exfoliating essay lotion. I had the opportunity to use this for, I would say several months before agreeing to do the sponsorship. It's really good. I've continued to use it, but I really think this is one of Cetaphil's best products, like best moisturizers, I would say, because they have some great options, don't get me wrong, but this, I think it might fly under the radar. What is it about it that I've liked so much? So it's part of their new exfoliating essay line. Salicylic acid is great for rough and bumpy skin. It's great for acne prone skin, and it's just great for smoothing the skin surface. It also has a polyhydroxy acid, gluconolactone, and it has an alpha hydroxy acid, mandelic acid, which is large in size, very gentle in its exfoliating properties, and improves hydration. So I've been using this for quite some time now, and I really notice the skin on my forearms really tells the story of how good this is, because they just feel baby soft and smooth. And my elbows, I'm really starting to see marked difference in elbow smoothness. I don't necessarily have very rough, dry elbows and knees, but I have been using this for a while now, and I'm really just noticing my elbows feel like super slick and smooth. They feel much younger, okay? They feel a lot younger, like baby soft. So that in and of itself is great. However, the other thing about this that I think is underrated is it can be used on the face. I've been using this on my face as a facial moisturizer. It's been lovely. Hydrating, smoothing. It's great for dry, rough skin texture. It's not drying. You know, I run into this issue when it comes to using salicylic acid on my face. If it creeps on over to my eyelid area, I get dry eyelids. I have not had that issue with this salicylic acid lotion on my face. Even when I try it without putting like an ointment or a balm around my eyelids to protect them, I don't get that issue. It's very hydrating. I haven't gotten any sensation of increased sensitivity, which can happen with exfoliating ingredients. As they're smoothing out the skin surface, your skin may be more vulnerable to redness. I really enjoy this. I have to say, like, Cetaphil really sneaks on in there with salicylic acid formulas that are something special. Like you'll recall, a couple of years ago, I discovered they came out with salicylic acid products for acne. And they have this excellent 0.5% salicylic acid mattifying facial moisturizer that is is amazing. This is different in texture and feel and consistency, but it's also very good. And it's an affordable way to moisturize and, gently exfoliate the face. Now, I've used this twice a day, okay? It can be used 1 to 2 times a day. Sometimes I put this on in the morning. Now, that being said, if I put it on in the morning, there are certain sunscreens that if I apply over this, I get pilling, okay? So there's that. But using it at night, at least, it's been great on my face. Love it, love it. I really, really, really like this a lot. It's in line with the Gold Bond moisturizers as far as improving skin smoothness, texture, hydration, leading to a marked improvement in skin appearance, feel, and quality. Next up, in the realm of moisturizing, you're like, oh my gosh, how many moisturizing products do you test out? Well, I use a lot of moisturizer. I moisturize from head to toe liberally. And when it comes to my feet, my ankles, my lower legs, I like to use an ointment. Vaseline, CeraVe Healing Ointment. I also like to use Aquaphor from time to time, although Aquaphor isn't really my favorite of the ointments. It's a popular one anyway. So I recently finished up a bunch of Vaseline. As you guys know from my recent skincare empties videos, I finished up a smaller thing of Vaseline. I was like, I need a new ointment. Like, I'm out of ointment for my feet. And so I ordered CeraVe's Healing Ointment, which you guys know I love. Great formula. This has never happened to me before, but for whatever reason, I ordered it off of Amazon. For whatever reason, the mail lost it. I know, right? Fortunately, Amazon just refunded my money, but that is the most bizarre thing. I checked on my account because I was supposed to get it Amazon Prime within 2 days, and 2 days passed, and I was like, oh wait, did my healing ointment not come? And I went back into my account and it said, this has been lost in the sauce. So I just hit refund and I was like, well, I guess that is a sign that I should try out some other type of ointment. Y'all know I'm always one to try out the store versions of branded products. So I decided, why not see what Amazon is offering in their Amazon Basics line. They have an advanced healing ointment that is very similar. I mean, the same ingredient profile as Aquaphor Healing Ointment, which I just told you I'll use, but isn't my favorite. But I was like, I might as well try it. If you've been here for a while, you know I've already tried the Up and Up version of Aquaphor Healing Ointment. I think I've tried the Equate version of it, I want to say. I've tried a couple of store versions, and they all are pretty much blindfold me and I don't really see a difference. This, on the other hand, I actually like a little bit better than Aquaphor. It's a subtle difference, but I'm like the ointment whisperer, okay? Blindfold me and line up a bunch of different ointments, and I think I might have a reasonable shot at guessing which one is which. If you've ever used Aquaphor, which many people are loyal to, in my experience, it has a bit of an aroma to it in contrast to plain petroleum jelly. This, on the other hand, does not have that aroma. This is a little bit silkier in texture, and it's not as oily in the way it feels on the skin, but it's a great option. And it's got mineral oil, saracen wax. It has lanolin alcohol in it as well. So lanolin is a potential allergen. Some people, they find that their skin is getting worse when they use Aquaphor, and it may be because of the lanolin. If you switch to plain petroleum jelly, Vaseline, issue goes away. It could be a problem with lanolin. This also has bisabolol, which is anti-inflammatory. It has glycerin, which is hydrating, petrolatum, which sealed in all the moisture, and mineral oil. I've liked this a lot. But here's the funny thing that I noticed preparing for this video, because I assumed that the Amazon version of Aquaphor was going to be less expensive than Aquaphor. So it definitely is a savings in comparison to Aquaphor Healing Ointment. It's about 11 bucks. Aquaphor Healing Ointment has gotten expensive since I last purchased it. Is it just me? I mean, everything has gotten expensive, but I have noticed that the price of Aquaphor is variable depending on the retailer. So if you are Team Aquaphor Healing Ointment, shop around, because some retailers have upped the price significantly more in comparison to other retailers. All right, guys, that is a wrap up, the Fast 5 of stuff that I tried out over the month of September. I hope this was informative to you guys. If you missed my empties videos, I'm going to put one on the end slate so you can check that one out next. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.